I didn't even consider that. Of course, Sid, one half of his day would be would be causing a ruckus as Shadow, and then the other half he'd blend in as a nobody. Like, this is just straight up an Eminence and Shadow episode right now, just from another character's point of view. Honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't been expelled. Honestly, suspension's actually pretty good for him, all things considered. He's so unremarkable, we can't remember. That's brilliant. What do you... I understand the concept of having at least one napkin around this glizzy, because you don't want to get dirty. But if you have the other one on top, all the mustard and your ketchup, and I think she might even have relish, is getting smeared off. That's a fake eater. Rough Tali's like, God, I wish that were me. I wish I could be my master's arm and legs. That's adorable. Alley-oop. Alley-oop. Oh, that's cute, though. They would never refer to Sid as a comrade. Sid is like their master. Unfortunately, that means that just put a massive shield on Sid to never being compared to Shadow. Tanya, you're not you when you're hangry. Please eat something. Why does it look so seductive right now? You like the way I pet this bird? What the fuck? The little Eminence and Shadow they've given us so far has been really enjoyable. But at the same time, like, this is the first time it feels like, oh, we're truly just watching the lost episode of Eminence and Shadow that is from side characters' points of view rather than the idiot's point of view. Hey, you. Made this far in video? Remember to like the video, show your support, subscribe if you're new around here, and Patreon's where you can catch my full live reactions to this episode and more. You also want to help fund the channel videos just like these, and if you do join before the end of the month, you do get entered into a 1-year membership giveaway to the Patreon, courtesy of me. So, great time to join. Let's jump back into it. I feel like we are going to turn the forest into a giant abomination by leaving them here. Oh no! She buried the pasta zombies where we put the mutated Morning Glory. That's the final boss, isn't it? It's going to be a mutated zombie Morning Glory bullshit. I didn't even consider the fact that Sid might end up having fascination with Tanya because of something like a devil wearing the skin of a little girl. Unlike the Spear Hero, not for nefarious reasons, just for, like, interesting reasons. Honestly, that scene might be my favorite of the whole episode because the concept of her coming up, being like, what the fuck was that all about? Sid dropping his guard ever so slightly. Honestly, no idea. But you don't gotta think about it either, because you're kind of an idiot too. So as we all know, the new season of Eminence and Shadow be hitting different. Now granted, we all know we'll get the official one very soon, but still, in the meantime, Isekai Quartet has done a really great job at introducing Eminence, which is, you know, I'm not surprised, but I guess when you really look at a shot like this, they brought quite a few characters in for this season, and a character like Sid would be so easy to fumble, mainly because not that I think Sid himself would be hard to handle. I mean, we got enough weird characters in this show, ranging from Konosuba to Overlord, ReZero. But the dynamic of a character like Sid, you would think is so overwhelming that therefore all the other isekai characters would have to be pushed to the back burner, right? Because a character like Sid is all about, I'm the Eminence in Shadow, I control everything from the shadows. We know this man's just a chuny idiot. But it is so brilliant with how they've managed to incorporate all these characters into this dynamic without making anyone really step on anyone's toes. Like, when you look at a scene like this, of course, we're trying to figure out who the Shadow guy is. We're talking with the, with the Shadow members, right? And what ends up happening? Oh yeah, we get reminded that, oh yeah, Sid's just sitting in the corner. Sid as a character, of course, in his daytime, isn't going to pay attention to school. He's going to dick around. Everyone else is trying to figure out who the Shadow guy is. And the fact that, for them, they probably think, like, all the other characters that have already been here already think that this Shadow guy's probably causing a ruckus. Maybe he's a big bad. Who knows where we're going with this? But instead of having the members of Shadow Garden overstep and steal the spotlight from everyone, like I saw last week, people say, oh man, there wasn't enough Eminence and Shadow. But that's good. Eminence and Shadow should be in the shadows. And when it does hit, it's going to drive the episode and pretty much make it feel like, the best way to describe it, this week's episode of Isekai Quartet was basically an Eminence and Shadow episode, but from other characters' points of view. rather than primarily focusing on Sid in the Shadow Garden. No, it's from everyone else's. Like, you still get everyone else doing exactly what you expect them to. They're not getting pushed to the side just because you got the new Isekai boy in town. And it's so brilliant because you're already kind of seeing the breadcrumbs of where the season wants to go. So last episode, we had the zombie pasta, right? Now, one would suspect that's enough of zombie pasta for today, right? It's not. Because I'm almost positive she is going to cause, I think she just caused the Morning Glories, which were like the giant flowers that kind of went crazy there. They grew a little too big. Them by themselves in the forest probably would have done nothing, but bearing the zombie pasta like this, I have a strong suspicion is going to cause this to mutate. And what's probably going to happen is that, things are going to go crazy. The characters are going to assume maybe Shadow Garden and the Eminence and Shadow Man himself are kind of doing some bad shit. He's going to end up stopping the threat, and they're going to end the season with him almost being like an urban legend of the school. Like, man, I hear there's this guy who's cloaked up. They say he exists. Nah, you're crazy. He doesn't exist. It's going to be some stupid shit like that. But most likely, Shadow and Shadow Guard are going to do some bullshit. You see where the season wants to go, and the fact that this episode felt like an Eminence and Shadow episode, just primarily from all the other characters' points of view, which I'm not saying there hasn't been like moments in the main show where it felt like from other characters' points of view, but never quite like this. And the fact that despite having all these numerous characters, they're still doing a great job not letting them feel sidestepped. And as much as I've said it over the weeks here, certain characters, Shield Hero, ReZero, if this series started later, I really do feel like Shield Hero would have been one of the original 4 just because he fits a little better initially in comparison to a character like Tanya. But a character like Tanya really shines this week, mainly because she's been around since season 1, she's not the new girl. She's able to investigate, and you wouldn't really be able to do that if she was, like, introduced later into the series. I keep saying it, no matter how much I harp on this fact, this is a legitimately master-level isekai. If you've been following the ranking videos I've been doing on the channel, I just started them up a couple weeks ago. Every Tuesday, we do a ranking of all the episodes I watched. I keep putting this one in the peak category, man, and rightfully so. This show is doing so much right, and honestly, I don't even know the number, but I really think you'd have to introduce another 5 to 10 isekai series before it might feel bloated and things aren't being utilized as much as they need to be. Though it is hilarious to think that Cautious Hero just immediately left, and that feels like perfect for his character. Let me know your thoughts down below, though, on this week's episode. I dare say probably my favorite of the new season. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, Patreon, full live reactions and exclusives. Like I also like to give video shoutouts to my patrons. All right, so today we got Connor Reeves, Jorid, Jacob McDougal, Sage Narf, JMW, and we also have Tokyo. So I appreciate the support. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.